This stuff from Yerushalmi Eruvin in the article Ozbar edition where Daf Chavav Amrav at the beginning of Allah Chavav, the Mishnah. And in the Vilna, that is on Chav Dalad and Mabez. Also, beginning of Allah Chavav, the Mishnah. In Bachacham in Amizrach, it was stipulated by Erev Tchumen. Say if the Chacham comes on the east, everything is Mizrach. This case presumably, you don't want to flee from the Chacham, you want to go to the Chacham. So you say the Chacham is coming from the east, my Erev should be the east. In Bamin Amara, if he comes to the west, everything Marav, my Erev should be the west. But Mikan, Chacham comes to both sides. So Malcolm Sheretz Elech, then I will be Mavar Mafreya, to which side I want to go after I find out. Lo mikan. If there's not coming, no chacham comes from either side, I will be like the people in my city. If one of them was his rebbe, so two people came, and one of them was his rebbe, so clearly his das was to go to his rebbe. Yeah, it's a rabbo. He's going to his rebbe. Shnei rabbo sav. If they're both his rebbe, then so then he can go to whichever one he so determines. Says the Gemara, no, he's tani, but Marav. There are those who say that he does want to flee the Chacham. He said that Marav that the Chacham is going to the east, he wants there to be to the west. So what kind of Chacham are we talking about here? It's the Manamar ben Mizrach, who says that he wants it on the east, on the same side of Chacham is coming. But in the Chachamaya, with those Chachimaya, says Karmeir Shu Chacham Shedeli Drosh Baram L'Ros B'Chol Dvarim. He's a Chacham who knows to expound his views eloquently in public and to issue psakim in all sorts of matters. Manamar Marav says he wanted to flee the Chacham B'Ragil. So the Karmeir says, She'eno Baki El B'Dvarim Haragilim. He only knows regular stuff. You know, Mikra, Mishnah, Tanakh, and Mishnais. I mean, he doesn't know how to give a kashmaka shir. He doesn't have the capacity to give a shir, I guess, which would be stimulating or entertaining. Moshe is more direct. He says that Chacham God of Chachamim, Stamalechet Solimoli Meno, Mandagores Eruvin Marav, Beragil Shu Imo, Ragil Hu Imo, Veno Chesh Chesosh Kvaru Makiro Venishmat Mimeno. He knows what he has to offer. The Yerushalmi Eruvin says, okay, why do you want to flee? What's the big deal? Okay, but there's a famous story about we'll tell without the name, that the Rosh Hashiva is coming in to say Shir Koli in the Beis Medrash, and everybody's exiting en masse in the Beis Medrash, and the Rosh Hashiva asked one of the Talmidim, why is everybody leaving? So he said, don't you know, Reb X, meaning this Rosh Hashiva, is coming to say Shir. Everybody wants to leave before he can start Shir. So this is the Rugil, I guess. So the he wants to say the Yerushalmi Kipshuta, very novel pshat that's talking about the shulach of the yeshiva. The rogel means the guy who's regularly comes to collect money. So therefore, you're fleeing because you want to avoid the appeal. Okay, halacha zayin. Rabbi Lezer Yontiv Shu Samach LeShabbos. You have a Yontiv which relates to Shabbos, bein from that bein Lechareh, whether it's before Shabbos, after Shabbos. Before Yontif, after Yontif. Ma'arav Adam Shnei Eruvin. A person could say, make two separate Eruvin Tchumen. V'omer says, Eruvin Barishon and Mizrach. Ma'arav on the first of these 2 days is on the east. V'Hashem Ma'arav the second day to the west. Arishon and Ma'arav vice versa. The first day to the west. V'Hashem and Mizrach the second day to the east. Eruvin Arishon, or I have an Erev for 1 day. V'Hashem the second day, I want to be like the people of my city. No Erev. Conversely, Sheni want to make the Erev on the second day, and the first day I should be able to be in my city. You can't separate the days. You have to make one Erev for one direction for both days. Or any called Ikar. You can't make to do different directions. Similarly, Omar Shleyomi can only make an Erev for 2 days. Or any called Ikar. You can't split up the days. Can't split up the directions. Ketzad Yaseh. So, how do you do this? Before I say this, I should point out that that's Kornei and Pnei Moshe both were the machlek is whether obviously kedusha achas or shtei kedushas. Today Shabbos you have to fuse become one kedusha, which the Chachamim's opinion, and you can't separate between the two. Or according to Rabbi Lezer, they remain two kedushos, and you can do separate erev tchumen for both. The Pnei Moshe elaborates. He says. He's not sure if it's Shabbos Yom which are adjacent to each other. If it's like one kedusha one long day, or shtei kedushos hen. V'az they go to chumrah. They go to chumrah. The inyan she'en yochel arev shtei ruchos and dem achar kedusha hu. The in terms of the being arev to two separate directions. No, we say made its own kedusha. But as we haven't seen this yet, if the erev is eaten by Rishon, and eruv l'sheni, the erev is not an erev for the second day. Come a common mishum l'shem shtei kedusha saying because it made there two kedushas. So I don't know. Instead of saying vado is still one kedusha, and maybe there are two kedushas. Okay, and that's now we go on to that next case. Case that yaseh. How do you do? Molicha barishon. You take your eruv out to wherever you want it to be on the first day. With the Shabbos, you have to be Yachshiv Allah. And you're Machshich on it. You said, you wait till after darkness. This actually has to be obviously Yontif came first. V'notlo ubalo. And you take it and you bring it home. So otherwise, it's going to be, you can't rely that it's going to be there the second day. You have to keep an eye on it. B'sheni Machshiv Love, the second day you bring it out there to the place you want you're able to be. V'ochlo ubalo, and you eat it there. You can't bring it home because it's Shabbos, and you come back. Nimtza mistaker balichoso. He gained in that he worked out. He was able to, the first night because he was able to bring his ear back. They gained the second night that he was able to eat it. And you can eat it the second night. You can't bring it home. You take it out your first night, and then you go back the second night to see if it's still there. And then you make sure it's there till nightfall. And after, if you want to eat, you can eat afterwards. Necha barishon, if it's eaten on the first day, eruva l'rishon ein erev l'sheni. So if it's then was only an erev for the first day, and it's not an erev for the second day. Amalei Rabbi Lezer said, Amalei Rabbi Lezer, Modi b'tem l'shem shem kedushos. Ha! You can see me that the kedushos. That's the Kornei Kamrisa ein erev l'sheni. It says on every second day, tikam kedusha achasi. If you would say one kedusha, you should require the bein hashmashos the first day for both of them. Came the base kedusha saying yochol hariv nami shtei ruchos. Well, if it's two kedushas, you also do the two separate directions. Blessed lo yodem sapklu rabbanon. Blessed no rabbanon. It's a suffix. They're not sure. That's what they're marking in both directions. Okay. So says the Mishnah, says the Gemara, you make an erev to one direction. So kini masni is the way to understand the Mishnah. It was a bit confusing. Either make an erev for one direction for both days, or you don't make an erev altogether. Rabbi Lezer concedes. There's no half days. It's the full day is a full day. It's a unit. Can't make an erev for half a day for the south, half a day for the north. Chatzi yom adoram, half a day to the south. The chatzi yom, the Korbanei takes the word b'tzafon, livnei iri, and a half a day for the members of the city. Still curious what the article says. No, the article leaves it in. Okay, doesn't matter. Amalo, they said to Rabbi Lezer, Kashem shalo chilak l'lona yom echad, just like you can't divide a day in half. Kach lo tachlok l'lona shnei yomim, so too you can't divide among the 2 days. There's a fascinating Yerushalmi here. When you get home with your eruv after having made it, put it out for the first night of Yontif, don't put it in a basket. Because you might forget and eat it. You put it in the basket. If you can't recognize which piece of bread it is, take the entire bread basket there, and that'll be your eruv. So Gilina Shah says, reading inside, Ein Karmei Shnidchak V'Nirik. Karmei doesn't elaborate. Doesn't say it much differently, but he doesn't elaborate. So the Gilina Shah does elaborate. There came the Kaimel on the Be'inan Shi'ar V'Sheni Bosa Pas. You have to do the same bread on the second night. Upas Acher Ein Erev, and it was another piece of bread. It's not Erev Kosh Kosav or Rashba. Ein Siman Tov Yud Vav Alocha Beis. I presume the Rashba got from here. I don't know where else it would come from. I don't think it's the Bavli. In Cain, Ein Lo Litain Eruvo Shemevi Biyada Barishon L'Toch shouldn't bring your air which you brought back on the first day home, the Yontif, L'Toch Salma Kikros into a basket full of loaves. Came and showed Lo Yeh also Kikar Nikar Laribo Basheni. So don't know which loaf it is to the second night. Rabbi Bo, see if Shemi Kach Minasal Lechol. He might take from the basket to eat. Yochel so kikar she'erev. You might eat from that kikar, which we haven't seen yet, have we? Rabbi Ba. Yes, we did. There it is. Okay. Therefore, it says he did put in a basket. Okay, which ain't kikar erev nikar, or you can't tell which one it is. Since you can't tell which one it is, take the entire basket there. No matter what, it was effective. Since you can put it down without saying anything, I guess you don't have to say which one it is. Okay, so back to the Gemara. Let's read it again. Shem Shekach on Rabbi Ba. Shema Shakach. Yishkach. He'll forget. He'll eat it. Nasa Masal. Noichel Sham. Basket, take the whole basket there. But if you ate one of them from before Shabbos begins, from before the next day begins, and you don't know, you ate bread from the basket, you don't know which piece of bread you ate. Was it the one you used yesterday or not the one you used yesterday? And you put the whole basket there anyway. So, Areza Chamar Gamal. You made yourself Chamar Gamal. We don't, that Erev is not, you don't know if it's effective, not effective. So you lost, but if it's effective, you lost your whatever you had on the other side of your home because you have an effective Erev. But if it's not effective Erev, so then you lost the area you got on this side on account of the Erev. So you only have the area between your house and the Erev, like the Chamar Gamal we said previously. Okay, Tamatini, we looked over there. Login Shul Tful Yom. You have a ladle, which is the Tful Yom. So you have a ladle with which you want to take off the Chumas Meiser. But it's not going to be tar to take off Chumas Meiser from Meiser until nightfall. That's Tful Yom, until nightfall. So what do you do? So and you need to before Shabbos or Yom Tov because you want to make an Erev Tchumen here out of that Meiser. You need to be legitimate Meiser. So Tamadin Lagin Shul Tful Yom. It should be the Mishnah puts the word milu. You fill it up. Chavis Meiser Tovel. You fill it up from the jug with Meiser, which is Tevel, which is still Chumas Meiser, till Meiser. Im Omar raise the Chumas and the you say I raise a chumas meiser misha techshach. If you say let be chumas meiser after nightfall, I raise a chumas meiser. So then that works. It's chumas meiser in the now tahar login, and the chavis is now meiser, edible meiser. Imam I raise the eruv. If you said that this meiser or the chumas meiser, I guess, because they use chuma in order to in for Yisrael to make Erev Tchumen. So if you say, whichever one you use, if you say I raise the Erev Lo Marklum, it's not valid because it only became edible after nightfall. Rabbi Chamra Ufka Makshe, you say Rabbi Chamra Bar Kiva asked, Masisin to Lo Rabbi Eliezer. This Mishnah, Brisa from Tful Yom, I guess, does not seem to go to like Rabbi Eliezer. To Rabbi Eliezer Amar. Now here the Korban Eda takes out the word Ein. Korban Eda you can make an Erev for a person after nightfall. We'll see Korban Eda in a second. I just want to check the article does that too. He does. He also takes it out. So let's see the Korban Eid. Came down. Rabbi Elazar Ma'ariv l'shtei ruchos. So Rabbi says you can make two different Eruvin. First thing one to say they are korcha. You're compelled, Lomar, to say the sofer that he holds the Tchilas Yom HaShabbos Kohen, the beginning of Shabbos, the beginning of Shabbos requires the Eruv. Let me start that again. I got a call in the middle. It's almost there, Pesach here. Shiloh. Since Rabbi Elazar said you married for two directions for both days, two separate directions for both days. There must be that he holds the beginning of Shabbos as Kohen of the Eruv. Tisa Soifa Yom Shel Erev Shabbos going to say the end of the Erev Shabbos, or Rabbi Yontav is Kohen of Eruv, and Kain Loav is Suda Rielo. It's not a Suda which is suitable for him. Sharei, his Erev is on the other side, right? So you can't get to that side. The Sharei who also Leach L'Sham L'Mokem Eruvo Shebamarav Bod Yom Barishon. So they can't go to this new Erev on the west when his Erev on the first day was to the east. In case they mutter not, so according to him, must the Erev is kind of after nightfall, at which point he can go there. In case so that's the case, can they mutter not be log into Yom? So B'tchilas Yom Shabbos came with Kohen because the beginning right after Shabbos begins. At that point, the it's fixed. So therefore, it should be able to use that log into Yom where it takes the Tumas Ma'aser takes effect immediately at the beginning of Shabbos. So Rabbi Yirmiyah B'Shem Rabbi Elazar said Divrei Koli. Everybody agrees here. Tamon. So but I'm here before I'm going to read the Pnei Moshe. Before I read it, but I'm from the weekday acquires the shvisa for both days. So let's see the Pnei Moshe. We go Tamon. She'im shel arev kodim shetechshach. He can't make it before nightfall. Shemchusa harav shemesh because no harav shemesh. The sun hasn't set. The ain't katsuri yom it's not katsuri yom no matter what. But here mibachol shu erev Shabbos or erev Yontif. From the time which erev Shabbos or erev Yontif, kohen lo shvisa shnei yomim. Kohen is kohen the shvisa from before the Shabbos Yontif begins for both days. B'yom zelakan, b'yom zelakan. Even though it's two kedushas, lo kind they ben hashmoshes the commonly idach, and there's not absolute kinyan in the ben hashmoshes of the first day for the second day. There has to be obviously has to be an excellent erev there the second night. So which is suitable from before the 2-day period commenced. And in such a case, everybody agrees to make our Erev for Shabbos. Shabbos also stay Eruvin stay Yomi. Make the two Erev for 2 days. According to Rabban, that's both in the same direction. But you make the Erev from before Shabbos for both days. Moment says the Likne they call Ben Hashmoshes to Yomi. Each Ben Hashmoshes is called for its day to high. So the other one. That was they can't make an Erev after nightfall. So I guess there's absolutely no way you can make an Erev before him, like the case of the Tvuyah. As it says, so really, as long as it's suitable to eat from the weekday before the both days, that's enough to be considered roy. And so the question is then can divide up the 2 days, but the roy has to be from before the first day begins. Rabbi Chagai asked, Thursday. Let my shvisa be acquired from me out Shabbos. So does that work or not? So he says doing a Thursday, Friday is not Erev Yontif. Friday is not Yontif. Friday it wants to do on Thursday for Shabbos. Al daite Rabbi Elazar kona. According to Rabbi Elazar, it works. Al daite, it says here, the Rav and the regular much should be the Rabbanon. Lo kona. Everybody changes the Rabbanon. Lo kona. It doesn't work. So Korban says, Al daite Rabbi Elazar amar ma'ariv shnei yomim b'erev Shabbos. Ken gam kan ma'ariv chamishi yom Shabbos. You make it on Thursday and Shabbos. Daite Rabbanon lo kona shein tzrius t'toich l'ariv l'ruach achas u'shnei yomim. You can't make you have to stand on the Ma'ariv on Erev Shabbos the to one direction for both days. Now, there's several interpretations of how do we see it in Rabbanon. The article goes with Reb Chaim that when in the Mishnah it says that that you have to go back the second day, and it's you can't leave. You have to go back the second day and make the new Eruv again. It says that the Eruv is required to take the Eruv and take it away and put it back again in Erev Shabbos. So that clearly means you can only do it the night before. So it's about the first day you the second day of Shabbos. But I don't think that that's it's not indicated. That's a very novel pshat in the Mishnah. I think the pshat is like this. I think the pshat is, according to Rabbi Eliezer, who holds that there are two kedushos, then obviously if he holds that you can do it before, put down before Shabbos, before Yom Tov, let's say, first is Yom Tov, easier that way, and then relying on Shabbos, so he holds that you can skip the day, do it a day earlier, even and it's fine. So also, why not skip the day of Friday? Do it on Thursday, and it's fine for take effect Friday. According to Rabbana, though, who hold it's one kedusha, so they hold that the only by Shabbos Yom Tov, you're doing it really the day before, at least on one side. If you hold one kedusha, you're doing the day before, the evening of. It's not a separate kedusha. You're doing it 24 hours in advance of the second kedusha. No, it's one kedusha. You're doing it in advance of that one kedusha. So maybe when it comes out on when also maybe Thursday is no good because it's not doing immediately before that one kedusha. So again, it's two kedushos, and we let you to do everything on the Erev Yom Tov, even though you could do it at Shabbos. We let you do everything from there, and it could take effect the next day. So why not do it Thursday night? Take effect the Friday night. But according to Rabbanu, no, it's one kedusha. At least the Chumrah, it's one kedusha. So they're not letting you do it in advance at all, because there's one kedusha which is starting Friday night. So we have no raya that you can do it Thursday night. Maybe you can't do it Thursday night because it has to be immediately before the one kedusha which you have. Okay, the Gemara is going to reject this, but that's already the next Amud, so we'll stop here for today.